roof is terrifying.
It is somewhat stressful at times, but that's why it's good to have the big vision, but it's like one step at a time. So the next thing is the roof. And that's probably the only thing I can mentally focus on until that's done.
It is collapsing. There are giant holes all over it, and when you walk in the front door of some of the cottages, you know, you can look up and see skylight from the first floor.
Right now it's just drowning every rainstorm that arrives.
I mean, it needs to be done as soon as possible just to save the structure. I mean, the roof is, you know, the most important part of a building.
It's very hard to face sometimes. There's like this, I don't know, there's like this block I have of, until we like can actually get to that point, I don't want to see it. I don't want to, there's so many emotions. It is probably the single most stressful thing that has dominated my life the past year. And the building is savable, but not for much longer. It's just so amazing that it's still standing, but I can't tell you, every single day, it's on my mind. Well, the biggest worry is, I mean, that the roof will just cave in. The rafters, they're constantly soaked. And so at some point, they are gonna fail. They are gonna rot.
"100 days, 100 nights to know a man's heart. 100 days, 100 nights to know a man's heart. And a little more before he knows it's all."
Oh my God. So we are meeting the tree guy. We're going to talk about removing all the overgrown trees around the building and also cleaning this hedge up a little bit. So that is actually going to be a big deal, because if we can, you can't even see the building right now. I don't even really know what it looks like, but, you know, in its full glory.
So if we can get all of like the encroaching stuff out, any of this taller stuff.
This week we begin the tree work, and that's a big deal because that is the first step in replacing the roof.
It's gonna look different when there's
no trees.
No trees.
Removing the trees is important because they can't be there when they do the roof. We are working with Nathan Waterfield. He runs a really amazing company called Timberworks. Right now, in talking with Nathan, the thing we're trying to figure out is what to clear and how much of it to clear and where to prune and things like that with the trees that we do want to keep.
This is the height that we're kind of going for.
That's perfect. I mean, the ones around the cottages, those just get cut down. That's easy. It's the other ones that, you know, we want to be very intentional with how we work around them and with them and on them. The big thing now is we're trying to remove all the overgrown undergrowth, the privet that's gone out of control.
Any of this edge stuff can get chipped as well.
Perfect.
So that we'll open that up.
Okay.
Through here.
Even the trees in this property haven't seen love, right, in so long. Yep. It feels good just to like give them a chance to keep going.
I mean, the way this thing is so overgrown by the forest, you can't work on it. Not now.
From a tree work standpoint, I mean, honestly, the amount of work that Nick and I have discussed it's large. It's a large scale project for our company. However, this is work that's probably going to happen over the course of many years while the project's going on. So basically from that dead stem over, all of the volunteers come out
Okay.
The privet on this side, so any of the shrubbery on this side comes out.
Okay.
And then we're doing low limb pruning. So if you can reach a limb from the ground with the saw, then it's coming out.
So, you know, we need all of these trees, these overgrown trees that are growing directly up against the building. They have to be removed. They are horrible for the structure, and so the trees have to go. I will say, though, the other part of this is that while one priority is clearing all the overgrown trees around the cottages, my second priority, while the tree guys are there, is to do what we can to protect all of the good, big, old trees. I'm a bit of a tree freak. I love me some, you know, old growth, giant trees. So one thing that's very important to me with this project is that we very carefully identify the locations of all the fabulous trees that we want to keep and save, and that we work with that. We work around them. I don't just want to bulldoze our way through the forest. I want to avoid anything that has been there longer than, you know, I don't even know, longer than a long time. It's so crazy how different it feels. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen it without trees in front of it. Cottages are a long-term project, getting that, even the first cottage open. It's gonna be years. So we're doing things how a lot of people will probably think are backwards. After we stabilize the cottages, our priority is actually gonna shift, and we're gonna start building a vintage camper glamp ground. So we are here to pick up the 1967 Winnebago, which is the first vintage camper that we got, and we're gonna drive it over to the cottages. But first, we have to start it somehow. So yeah, here, come take a look and I'll show you this crazy little thing. Okay. Woo! There she is, Fugly. Oh, she is glorious. Full bath. Comes with a dead mouse, actually. But yeah, toilet, shower. I guess there's no real sink, but you know, everything you kind of need. And then you got your little kitchenette area. We need to source a new fridge. The fridge is missing. But yeah, and you have this little dinette. This folds into a bed. By starting with the glamp ground part, that is a lot more attainable, quicker, and it would allow us to get the property opened up to the world again quicker. All right, so we see what happens. Oh my God. We actually have 3 campers now. We have a 1967 Winnebago. It looks something like what a child would draw on a napkin. It is hilarious. The next one we have is a early 70s European caravan. So that's super cute. Got a little Dutch door. Whole situation. That is currently stranded in Plattsburgh because I had 2 flat tires. So I actually got to go pick that one up and drag it home. Recently, I actually just did a road trip to Missouri, and that is where we're picking up the 1956 Zimmer Wayfarer, which, oh my God, let me tell you. Like, okay, picture it, 1956. You are moving into this fabulous new trailer park. It's, you know, the latest modern amenities. You are looking for something a step up above the norm. You're a classy lady. You're looking for a trailer that really like speaks to that inner diva. If that is you, if that's what you're looking for, you're gonna buy a 1956 Zimmer Wayfarer with the sunken living room and balcony kitchen, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna be the queen of the trailer park. And that's all I've ever wanted to be. Those are sort of going to be the first projects, and the first things we're going to be focusing on is fixing those up. So as far as the glamp ground goes, that would actually be tucked away in the woods, sort of over here, on the other side of these trees.
One of the big questions when it comes to revitalizing Sharon Springs is, who is the clientele? Who's coming all the way out here, and why?
In doing this, we sort of realized that there was this perfect demographic sitting under our noses. That is the queer community. One of the things that's really interesting to note is that since like 2000-ish, we've probably lost somewhere between 40 and 50% of gay bars in cities. Here's where it gets interesting. So there's been a huge decline in the number of gay bars, but the opposite is true for gay campgrounds. It's a pretty good vibe. Wow, it does pitch off though. I'll have to think about that. So a lot of people don't know this, but there are queer and gay campgrounds. They're almost always members only. Some of them are exclusively gay. Some are open to the whole community. Some are open to allies. You know, they're private, so everyone is a little different. One of the interesting things is that the queer community is one of the fastest growing demographics of campers. They are traveling further, staying longer, and spending more money than other demographics. And what that really means is I think there's a craving for community, especially with the loss of a lot of these queer safe spaces in the city, doubled with changing culture of what's been going on in the country lately. And there's a demand for safety. And there's a demand for comfort, and there's a demand for recreation. Okay, so you looked into the zoning a little bit. What have you found? Like,
Right.
what are we dealing with here?
So it's already labeled as a hotel, and
Okay.
and a hotel is an allowable use in that district.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
Because we want to keep it the same.
Right. Nick and I worked together on several projects, different zoning applications and different designs, and then he contacted me about this project.
What we're doing is so I think it's unusual from a zoning perspective. The members only part, I feel like, because it's just something that's been done on campgrounds a lot, but I haven't seen it done on a property quite like this.
Right. And I don't know why it matters, whether it's members only or not.
That's
your
true.
Your use is still the same. It is just a big project, so getting through the permitting is a big part of it right now. There's nothing behind the building anyway on that back line, right?
No.
He has the design pretty well worked out, so that's not too big of a hurdle. But really, it's just getting through the permitting, which isn't impossible. It's just it takes time. And a lot of it is that with zoning, there's a lot of stuff left up to interpretation. So it's just figuring all of that out and bringing in experts, you know, the engineers and the attorneys to figure that out.
With doing a project like this, you have your inner voices in your head telling you that you can't do this. And then, you know, every now and then, they're not in your head. Every now and then, they're real voices of other people. At a certain point, I stopped caring about what people think because it was exhausting. I am the type of person that you can tell me till I'm blue in the face that I shouldn't do this thing. And I'll say, okay, They'll be like, Nick, don't do that. It's really stupid. You're gonna regret it. I'll be like, okay, And be like, you know, I've considered your feedback. I will take it under consideration. And then, you know, I'm gonna just sort of do whatever the I want.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
So we're doing a pride party at the Cottages. This is a big deal because this is gonna be the first time that the Cottages have been opened up to the outside world.
From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, I tell you, this land was made for you